Obviously, there are some differences when you're growing a broiler, a layer, a pullet, a turkey, a quail, but there are some things that are pretty consistent about just growing a bird. But today we're going to talk a little bit about your breeders and your egg layers. Hen Helper is a product that helps the bird the same way Big Ole Bird. Many of you are familiar with Big Ole Bird. Hen Helper does the same thing. The difference is you do more with a hen or an egg layer than you do with a broiler. So there are many things that Big Ole Bird does to help a broiler. Hen Helper does the same thing. It's going to help with mortality. It's going to have less mortality. It's going to build the immune system of the bird. It's going to help with nutrient absorption. It's going to drive water consumption up. If you're growing a quail, turkey, broiler, pullet, whatever, these are some things. You got the probiotics, you got the fulvic acid that helps that bird build that immune system and absorb nutrients. But more specifically with a hen, or even a hen for a breeder or a hen for a table egg, here's some things that you're going to notice even more so because you're doing more with that hen. When we talk about Hen Helper, there are a few things we always say. In fact, the very number one thing I always say, because this is the one that the breeders always comment on, is I have less culls. So there's two things involved in that. Number one, you're going to have cleaner eggs. So it does the same thing with a broiler. It tightens the gut, firm manure. With a hen, you're going to have a tight gut, firmer manure. You're not getting the shells, the eggs dirty. So you got cleaner eggs. The second one we always talk about is firmer shells. Those are the two big things that we talk about, besides all the other things that we talk about with Big Ole Bird. So those are things. But recently, just finished a trial with a farmer, and it was his own doing. He wanted to do it, and we were along, and we said, hey, we love it. Tell us what you find out. So this is basically a video that drove this video to give you a little update on what we saw in some other areas that I'd not really had an in-depth study on. So one of the first things he mentioned, and I've never been able to get this from anyone, and I've got some integrators who are actually using it, but nobody really measures it, was he said, Alan, my average life flock hatch went from 86% to 88%. He said, Alan, that's only 2%. He said, but I'm talking about the life of that flock for how many, 46, 50 some odd weeks, an average over that full life. He said that was a huge increase to my paycheck. So the average life flock hatchability. He said, also notice very few soft shells. That's one thing we talk about, firmer shells. Nutrient absorption, big on the calcium absorption. I've also heard people talk about having to, or not having to give oyster shells as often, or hardly even at all. So better nutrient absorption. So he said, Alan, much fewer softer shells. The other thing was that the average hen egg, the average egg per hen was normally about 156 to 158. Through this last year, I averaged 165 to 168 average per hen. He said that was a huge increase. He actually has a buddy who kind of tag-teamed along with this little trial. His buddy had 178 eggs per hen average. And he said, now this grower is in Mississippi, he said the integrator has never had a average of egg per hen that high. Just something interesting. Not saying this is going to be for everybody, but this is just something that we have seen with a little more detailed observation, anecdotal evidence on the farm. The other thing, and one of the last things, was that his feed conversion was tremendously improved. He said, Alan, I couldn't believe it. He said, now my buddy, the one down the road, my farm, my buddy with the other farm that was doing it too, his feed conversion was off the charts. So anyway, just wanted to throw out a little bit of updates of what we had found on Hen Helper for those of you layers and breeders and those of you that deal with eggs particularly. So these are some things that Hen Helper, that we're finding even more and more research on and just doing some stuff and getting some feedback and some observations. So here at Southland, I mean, it is a little bit surprised, not so much the numbers, but this is what we want. The poultry industry is a reactionary. We are more of a proactive. We want to stay ahead of those things because we believe that if you can build the immune system of that bird, build the health of that bird, let that bird fight through some of those challenges. Because guess what? You know as well as I do. There's some things your birds get that not even your vet or your broiler manager or your service tech can give you, write a prescription for it that's going to take care of the situation. But if you can help that bird get through that challenge, now we're doing what that bird was designed to do. And for your case, that's producing good quality eggs. So I hope this helps. It's something to look at maybe. We'll put a link here on Hen Helper. You can go check it out if you are a breeder or a table egg person. And if we can help you in any way, let us know. If you got any questions, give me a holler. 1-800-608-3755 or Alan@southlandorganics.com. Until next time.